that tiger is really going to start hurting us. We have basically just smaller tanks over there, so let's get some shots on him. Yeah. KV also sniping. Yeah, let's punish him. Hey guys, welcome back to dungeongurunet. This is nethervoid, also known as John. Today I'm doing another strategy series, again doubling up this week. This time it's going to be the Panther, which is the tier 7 German medium, up the German medium line. If you just look at the German tree, it's right here, going up this medium line to the E15. So the Panther is a pretty interesting tank. It's pretty fun. It's a lot like the PzKpfw. If you like the PzKpfw, you're going to like this Panther. It's obviously, actually, I think it's better than the PzKpfw as far as its tier. But the one thing I didn't know about the PzKpfw is the Panther and the PzKpfw is kind of a sniper tank, and basically the same thing I was talking about the Tiger. So what you're going to want to do is you position yourself to support a line and get behind those guys and snipe down their line and just put as much damage as you can on the enemy. But you don't want to get into a position where you can't shoot at the enemy anymore, so you really need to stick with that line of tanks. Because I think the bad impression people get about snipers is that they just kind of camp. They're camping base or something like that. Well, that's not really what this tank is supposed to do. You're supposed to basically drive up with people kind of far back, because this is this has very accurate guns, and just put as much DPS on them as you can and try to kill those tanks off as fast as you can. Just like the Tiger, this tank can't take many hits in the front. I mean, it does get some good dings, but it's not supposed to be a brawler tank. It's definitely a sniper. So let's go over that's pretty much how you play this tank. It's got decent mobility, and we'll talk about that in a minute, as far as speed, but it cannot turn very well. It cannot flank like a regular flanking medium, so it's a sniper medium. So let's go over the stats here. 1,270 hit points, it's pretty good. Tiger has 1,450 upgraded, so that's decent for a medium. I'm not sure what the other mediums have at tier 7. I don't think it's 1,270. 750 horsepower engine for 47 tons is decent. Again, it's got okay acceleration and top speed, but the problem really is this 28 degrees traverse. You're not going to be flanking anybody. You're not going to be circling people. You're going to need at least 35 or something like that to be circling people. It's okay. I mean, it turns okay, but it doesn't turn very well. Armor, 82 hull armor, 120 turret armor. Again, not very good. I do get some bounces because it is very, very angled armor. But you're gonna want to try to get a hold down position if you do have to put yourself in a position to take fire. 50 and 60 on the side and 40 and 60 on the back. Really not great. Again, this is a sniper tank, a little bit like a TD, where you don't want to get people behind you. You want to stay at the back of a lane. Turret traverse at 30 is okay. It's not really fast, but you can get your turret on lots of different targets pretty quickly, which really helps because the aim time on this gun is very fast. All the guns are very fast, so you can hit a guy, turn your turret, it reloads quickly, so you can hit the other guy. You can kind of hit a couple different guys and keep them at bay if you have to kind of push people back, and that's how you can do it with this tank. 430 view range is not too bad. A lot of tanks this tier coming in at 420. I put on a binocs to even increase that further. Now, what the binocs do, contrary to what I've said in some other videos, is it helps you with spotting. So if you're sitting on a lane where there's nobody in front of you, this should help you see the enemy hopefully much sooner than they'll see you, and you can start sniping at them immediately and hopefully holding them back, getting them scared. 810 meter radio range, it's really great, especially since you're kind of going to pretty much be at the back or pretty far away from the action, so you're going to need a nice radio to not only pick up the enemies that your teammates are relaying to you, but to also relay the information you have, especially through the binocs, back to your allies and stuff, and get more XP and more credits. So that's pretty much the stats. That's how you play this tank. Modules, the FUG 12 you should have from previous tanks all the way back to like the tier 3 or 4 pretty much. So right when you get this tank, throw the 810 meter radio on. It's pretty good. 470 is okay, but this 810 meter radio is really going to help you out, especially later in the game if you're one of the last tanks. One thing to know is the tracks, you do get 3 degrees per second traverse, which is nice, but the main thing is this tonnage increase, because this tank is pretty much maxed out at 45 tons when it's stock. As you can see, the modules are even too heavy. I took everything off this thing, stock turret, stock gun, and I still couldn't go into the stock tracks because I have this, I think it's the rammers, mainly the heavy piece of equipment I have, but I couldn't even load all my modules on the stock tank, so you're definitely going to want to get those tracks pretty quick. The engine upgrades, you should have all these engine upgrades from the 3001H, so just throw the first engine on right away, get you right up to the 750. Now in the videos you're seeing, I did only have the 610 horsepower engine because I forgot to put the 750 on it, so it's still pretty maneuverable in these videos you're going to see, but it just gets even better with the 750 horsepower engine. You should be able to, and you'll see the main video I'm going to show, you're going to be able to pop all around the board and help people out. This is a support tank, so once your lane is secured, you need to pop around to other people's lanes that are having problems and support them. The turret, not a huge armor increase. In fact, the actual traverse goes down to 30 from 47. The view range does go up, which is really nice, especially since you're sitting back kind of far off your lane. But mainly you're going to need it to load the big guns. Watch if I downgrade this thing. It downgrades my gun because I cannot load the L100 gun on the stock turret. So you're going to need the upgraded turret just to load the L100 anyway. Now let's talk about guns. You will have the 10.5 and the 7. Well, obviously this is the stock gun. You will have the 10.5 unlocked from the 3000H. You will also have the 88, short 88 unlocked from the 3001H. You're going to be throwing this thing on once you get those tracks on there. But you really want this L100. Awesome gun. Takes you from 132 to 198 pen. That's a huge difference. The short 88's okay, but you have to flank a little bit with it because the 132 pen on a tier 7 is very, very low. That's more like a tier 6 or below's penetration, well, obviously, since you use this on the 3001H. So once you get this L100, it's a game changer for this tank. The damage is kind of low, but the reload speed is ridiculous. Look at that, 14.29. It's fast. And with the 198 pen, you can actually sit, you don't have to flank anymore. Just pick out the weak spots of tanks, and you can hit them all the way up to tier 9. It's really nice. It looks really odd, but it's a very, very fun gun. So that's pretty much the modules. Let's do some research now. So we're staring at the research tree of the Panther here, and right off the bat, you should have both of these engines unlocked for the 3001H, the short 88, and the 10.5, and also the radio from probably like tier 4. So right away you can throw the upgraded engine on there, you can throw the FUG 12 on there, and I don't think you can throw either of these guns on there. Now, like I said, the tonnage is very tight, so you're going to have to get tracks first. Once you get tracks, you can load the rest of your equipment, and you can put the short 10.5 if you want. I would just keep the 75 because it's more of a sniper gun. But right after that, you're going to get that turret, and then go straight for, and you can put the short 88 on. Well, you might be able to put that on first. I would try that out first, so that's fine. You can throw that 88 on if you can once you get the upgraded tracks. So after that, you're going to research this turret, and then that's going to unlock the L100. You're going to research that too, throw that on, and then you've got this whole tank unlocked, and it's going to be a field day until you get up to the Panther 2. So that's pretty much this tech tree. Let's get back to my account. So now let's do some equipment. Obviously, you've got what you've always seen, vent and rammer. The vent helps your whole tank, turning, aiming speed, everything. It's just a really great investment. For the module, it really increases everything pretty dramatically. The rammer is not going to help you as much because this tank does reload very quickly, but it's still pretty awesome. Anything you can do to get the DPS up on this tank is kind of what you want to do. Your job is to put as much DPS on the enemy as possible to help your frontline guys knock them out quicker. So that's why I went with the rammer. And so it's going to help you out a lot, I think. And also, I want it on the E15 because the gun is not going to reload as quickly as this gun does. Now, for the last module, it's kind of debatable. I went with the binocs because if I'm covering a lane by myself, or if I'm top tier, I want to be able to scout out as far as I can, and this puts me out to the theoretical 445 limit for spotting, especially since this is kind of deceptive. This is with 133% crew rating, so it's probably more like 400 or so with 100% crew, not this 430. So this binocs puts me out to the theoretical limit. You could also get coated optics, which probably is just as good, except I didn't want to buy this. I already have binocs, so I'm just going to move it to a different tank. I don't have to spend gold to remove it. The laying drive is good if you like to be on the move a lot and shoot on the move. It's kind of nice, except this is aiming speed, so actually the laying drive won't help you. You just have to stop. But if you do stop, it will help you aim quicker to get your shot off. It does not have a vert stab. I would definitely put the vert stab over the laying drive, but it doesn't have that choice. Wet ammo rack, I didn't see a need for that. Spall liner, already's going to hit you and kill you, it doesn't really matter. You could get the camo net if you're trying to snipe and you're trying to hide behind bushes. It probably would help. The tank's not so huge that it wouldn't help at all, but I felt binocs were better. So that's equipment. Now, as far as consumables and ammo go, I do have some HE on this tank, a little more than other tanks, because since I have to shoot straight at these tanks. Sometimes I can't pen them and I need to resort to HE, maybe to help knock out their gun or maybe even knock out their track if I can do enough damage. So that's why I have the kind of split I have here. Full rack of consumables here, fire extinguisher, repair kit, and first aid kit on tier 7s. Tier 7s and up, that's what I generally do. So that's pretty much this tank. Oh, crew. You will get the crew to 100% at tier 6, so that means they'll be at hopefully 90% when you get into this tank, because you spent the 20,000 per crew member to get it up to 90% instead of 80%, to lose only 10%, I mean. And I have all repair because right now that is pretty much all you care about. Now, when the patch 7.2 hits, I'm sure I'll be switching these up to different crew, and I'll probably have a little bonus what to get on this tank after patch 7.2 down here as an annotation. But for now, repair is always the first skill to get. So let's see this thing in action. Got spawned on Mountain Pass this time, and I love this map. Tactically, it's just a ridiculous map, and I wanted to show you a game where I'm top tier. Basically, because it's not because I was top tier, it's because this shows you kind of how to play this tank. I felt this is the best game I had to show you exactly how to play this tank. Now remember, this thing's a sniper support tank, so you're going to see me doing a lot of that. Now because I'm top tier, I will be doing a little bit of more aggressive play, because you have to do that as a top tier. You cannot be shy. But other than that, I'm still doing a lot of support in this game. I love the new mod I have here. The Jimbos mod. Thanks to everybody for pointing this out to me. Several people. I saw it on Darkling. A couple people on the channel said, you know, Jimbos is awesome, and I do love this thing. And you should also be hearing the realistic gun sounds, which I also have. That was Darkling there. I want to thank him as well. So here I'm going. This is a pretty decent spread we've got going here. The right amount of people in the right places. We're a little light on the bridge, if you can see my cursor here. A little light on the bridge with just the one tank, and it's a light tank at that. Who's over there anyway? MX 1375. That's probably a good cover there. KV and NA go in the valley. This is kind of a perfect setup for us. Now I'm going to support these guys. What do we got coming at us? An E4. This is a very rare tank. I think it's from beta or something like that. It's a very rare tank. So you hear that realistic sound? It's the sound you would hear if you're in the tank. You can hear those guys reload and everything. It's kind of cool. The bigger guns sound even cooler. So I think my binocs are helping a lot here with spotting these guys. See how they're pretty far away, and I'm still sniping them even though they're way over there. What do we got now? I knocked that guy out. M4 Lee. I think these guys are pretty handled, but look at that. Look what's happening on the bridge here. Oh, yeah, let's take that guy out. Look how fast the reload. 4-second reload time on this gun. That's ridiculous. The PZ3s is a 3-second reload. So this is just a crazy gun. Is that E4 still up? I thought he was dead. I can't read the numbers on that. So these guys that got that handled, I'm not going to mess with that. I'm going to come up here and do a little bit of sniping and do some support. There's a Tiger on the bridge. That 75 is not going to stand up to that. Well, if he gets all 6... Oh, now he's not. He just got nailed. Artie, my nemesis. I hate Artie. Not good enough. Remember, you have to be standing still for 5 seconds for your binocs to kick in. So I'm thinking, okay, I need to go help out with that Tiger. Those guys have got J2 locked down. The KV's pretty much got the valley locked down. That Tiger is really threatening, and now they're having a hard time getting through here. M4, huh? Let's get rid of him, because they're having a hard time getting past here. Right in the cupola. You're dead. Probably went through the top of his turret, actually, but... So I let them through, and now I'm not going to push with them. They're done. I don't need to help them any further, as far as I can tell right now. But that Tiger is really going to start hurting us. We have basically just smaller tanks over there, so let's get some shots on him. Yeah. KV also sniping. Yeah, let's punish him for trying to push that bridge. Look at the accuracy on that gun. How far away is that? can't. How far away is that guy? Well, you have to rewind it. It's very far. He's showing up again. I'm surprised I'm not. Well, I figure he's handled now. He's not going to push out anymore. Ooh, let's get this guy. He's sniping my buddies. Let's get him out of the game. You're dead. So see how I'm popping around the battlefield here as a top tier? I might not do this as much if I wasn't top tier, but it looks like Ice Road could use some help here. Oh yeah, they're calling out for help. T25AT up against a Tiger. No, that's the guy on the bridge. There's at least a Tiger over there. I saw it. So he's running. And it could be because he doesn't. Oh, he's only got 79 hit points, and he probably might not have the upgraded gun. But it doesn't matter because he's only got the 79 hit points. One shot and he's dead. Okay, so there's an M4. Pressuring him a lot, probably, with the HE shots, or the 10.5. Wow. You're dead, dude. Now the Tiger. The Panther is a great tank up against the Tiger. The Tiger has a good gun. His gun hits hard, but it doesn't reload as fast as my gun. Look at that. I think a Panther is going to kick a Tiger's butt any day. Which is weird. That shouldn't be that way. The Panther's a good tank, though. I was kind of disappointed because it's not a flanking tank, and I'm so used to... I've pretty much only played the Russian medium, so I was only used to flanking. I didn't know how to do any other style of heavy, of medium. So it took me a while to figure this tank out, to be honest. Once you get that L100, though, it's obvious what this tank is supposed to be doing. Especially with that fast reload. So he's trying to back up right through the front door. Now, he's got to reload for a while, and yeah, you're dead, bro. 5 kills now. So we've got this on lockdown. I have now helped out every line on this map. 4-second reload time. That's just ridiculous. So let's see what we got up here. They got 2 tanks left. Oh, NA. Can't get a shot on him. His dead buddy's in the way. Oh, I don't know how I missed that shot. But I did. This is a tier 4 light tank. Wow, in the mantlet. This leads up to the mouse. After this is the PZ4. PZ4 is a good tank. This is a decent tank, but it's still a light tank. So now that 25T is back, he steals the... Well, not steals the kill, but we had a little bit of a laugh out of that. That would have been a Top Gun. So that's a great game. Man, my mouse skills are pretty bad. That's about a 1900 point game, pretty much. Awesome game, awesome game. 1 shot from a Confederate, 1 shot from a Top Gun. I killed or damaged 10 out of the 15 tanks on their team. I also detected that guy up at the top. 18, well, that's not a great hit rate, but for some reason I missed the shot on the NA and stuff. Only received 4 hits. This is a great game. This is exactly how it should look, especially for top tier in this tank. So that's the Panther, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like, favorite, comment, tell me what you think about the Panther. And what do you think about the Panther 2 and E15? Because I can't wait to get those. Those are probably even more beastly. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.